Uh, the tea presenter is welcome. Selanjutnya Ibu Nurul. Silakan.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Bapak Ibu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Pak Arufa, please let me be the co-host so I can share my screen.
Bisa di-screen nggak?
Ya.
Yes, screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a second. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very much for the chance given to me to deliver our research results on the implementation of ebooks in English language teaching and learning. My name is Nurul Fitria Almawaro from Universitas Taman Siswa Palembang. And without further delay, we are going to continue to the next slide. But before that, I just want to make sure that can anyone see my slide? Is it clear? Pak Arofa, bisa lihat slide saya?
Clear, clear.
Wait a second. And then, as we know that currently we are living in the era which is known as the Industrial Revolution 4.0. And the high demand on the use of technology in educational context is one of the effects on the use one of the effects of this sorry, Pak Dadang Solihat, can you mute your microphone? Okay, thank you. And the application of such technology in educational context are known as technology enhanced learning, and some others define it as the e-learning or mobile learning, or even the combination between the conventional learning, as we know as the face-to-face learning and online learning, which is known as blended learning. And regarding to the high demand of the use of technology in educational context, there are a lot of studies have done investigating the use of technology in educational context. The purpose is almost about enhancing the teaching and learning process of the students and the teachers. And one of the technologies used in the studies is the ebooks. So here I would like to define what ebooks are. Ebooks are the electronic format of books or module that can be viewed in a gadget. As we know that it can be viewed in either handphone, smartphone, tablet, laptop, or netbook. And from the studies, it was reported that there are a lot of benefits of using ebook or implemented ebook in the teaching and learning process in all the educational fields, not only in language, but also other fields. And some of the benefits are it provides the teachers and learners with learning sources, as we know that the ebooks can be accessed online or offline. So the learners are giving the possibility to access the ebook anytime and anywhere they are. And the next benefit of using the ebooks and teaching and learning context is it can motivate students in learning, since the ebook comes with the interactive features like videos, audios, even dictionaries for language learning or calculator for math learning, and like diagrams. So the students are given the visualization and audio, so they can understand the topic of their learning better. And next, because the students are motivated and learning, so it also influences their learning achievement. Then the use of ebooks is reported can accelerate the students' learning achievement. So regarding to the benefits offered by the use of ebooks, it is beneficial for us, the language teachers, to investigate more the roles of ebook in English language learning, as we know that English is as a global communication medium. So regarding to the aims of this study, there are 4 research questions of this study. The first research question is regarding to the types of ebook used. And the second research question is about the implementation of the ebooks. And the third is about the barriers or the difficulties faced by the students towards the implementation of the ebooks in their learning. And the last research question is about the benefits of implementing the ebooks in English language teaching and learning. So in order to answer those questions, we conducted systematic literature review as our research method, and we reviewed research-based articles that investigating the ebooks in English language teaching and learning as the aims of the study. And in order to select relevant and valid articles or research-based articles, several initial steps are conducted. The steps consist of searching strategy and exclusion criteria. And in a searching strategy, we decided to choose ERIC database, that database since it provides us with the peer-reviewed articles. And the next searching strategy is we use ebook and English language as the keywords to find the related articles. And from the keywords, we got 43 articles that has the ebook and English language keywords. And after that, we ensured that all the 40 articles were published in 2011 till the current area. Why? Because we want to focus on the technology used in Industrial Revolution, which as we know that the Industrial Revolution began in 2011 until current. And that's all about the searching strategy. And then those 43 articles were included to the exclusion criteria, and there are 3 exclusion criteria. The first criterion is based on the keywords. So as I've mentioned before, we use ebook and English language teaching for the searching keywords, but for the keywords exclusion, we make it more specific, in which we find the keywords about the ebook and English language teaching, not only ebook or just English language, but both of them must be available in the articles. So based on the keywords exclusion, we got 35 articles that contain the keywords. And the next exclusion is based on the abstract exclusion. So any studies that indicate the use of ebooks in English language teaching in the abstract were included in the study, and then we got 29 articles. And the last exclusion criteria is based on the research method. So we only use 14 articles which have survey, experimental, and R&D method. So the survey studies, because this study is not survey, what I mean is the literature review studies were not selected in the studies, because this study is the literature review study itself. So from the searching strategy and exclusion criteria, we got the articles that we analyzed. And from reviewing the articles, we got the result to the questions, to the research questions. The first result is about the types of ebooks used in English language and teaching and learning. So there are 3 types of ebooks used in those research. The widely used type of ebook is the electronic files. It's the electronic form of book materials or reading text. So the researchers conducted study on the implementation of this type of ebooks. And the second type used by the researchers is the application. So as I've told you before, that the ebook can be in the form of electronic documents or applications, or the documents available on the internet. And the application is the second widely used types of ebook in English language teaching and learning. And the least type of ebook used in English language teaching and learning is the electronic files available in the internet. And I have to tell you that all the types of ebook, they are embedded with the interactive features or additional multimedia. such as audio narration, text tracking, pictures, animations, illustration, and dictionary that can enhance the students' learning experience. And the next result is regarding to the implementation of the ebooks in English language teaching and learning. And based on the 14 literature, we found that most of the study was done experimentally. So they investigated the effect of using those ebooks to see the effect of the implementation of the ebook toward the student reading comprehension, listening comprehension, as well as the vocabulary achievement. And the next method used in the implementation of ebooks in ELTL is survey method. So this kind of method was used by the researchers to find out about the students' reading attitude, the students' reading rate, as well as the student learning motivation by using the ebooks. And there were only 2 research or studies that use research and development or R&D method in their studies, in which the researchers investigated the use of ebook to the student reading comprehension, motivation, reading rate, and reading attitude. And one of the study, the researcher also investigated the use of ebook toward the teacher's productivity and empowerment, since in the study, the researcher let the teachers or pre-established language teachers develop their own ebooks. And the studies are conducted to the young learners and adult learners, but mostly from the 14 studies, the ebooks were implemented to adult learners, not but only some to young learners. And in collecting the data of the reading comprehension, listening comprehension, learning motivation, and etc., there are various types of instruments used in the studies, namely test, diary, interview, questionnaire, survey, portfolio, reflection journal, and field notes. As we know that reflection journal and diary, they are quite similar. Okay, and from this finding, it is suggested that the future related study, the researchers who want to conduct the same or the similar study of the use of ebooks in English language teaching, it is suggested that they use research and development method, since the studies that have been done were that have been done, they most used experimental method and survey method, and very limited number of study that use the research and development. As we know that when we are dealing with the teaching materials, it means that we have to deal with the student needs. As we know, when we want to prepare for the students' learning materials, we have to have the students' needs analysis. Not only the analysis of the students' needs, but also the environment analysis, the media analysis, as well as the curriculum analysis. So the effectiveness of using the ebooks in English language teaching context will be very good, and we can enhance the effectiveness of using it. And the next finding is on the barriers faced by the students when they are using ebooks in their learning. So there are 3 major problems. The first problem is regarding to the technical problems, like flickering in the turning pages. Flickering here means that the student have to wait for several minutes to go to the next page, because that's the limitation of technology. And the next is the technical problems regarding to the display, since the ebook can be viewed in a smartphone. So whenever the student use their smartphone to view the ebook, means that the display is not quite big, so it will disturb their vision. And then regarding to the small font size and unstable internet connection. As we know that not only using the ebook, when we are conducting the online learning, we all are dealing with the internet connection, unstable internet connection. And the second problem in implementing the ebooks to the students is the physical distraction. Mainly it's about the eye strain, as you know that because we are using the gadget, and then the problem with their vision is always there. Moreover, if they need to study in a very long time. And the other issues are regarding the materials choice. What I've told you before, why I suggest the future research to do the R&D research or research and development, because whenever you use ready-made materials in your experimental study, means that the material choice are limited or are based on the teacher's decision, not the student's needs or the student's preference. So material choice is also the issue when the teachers are using the ready-made ebook in their teaching and learning process. And the next issues are the absence of note-taking feature, distraction from other websites, hardware portability, and limited selection of electronic media. And regarding to the distraction from other websites when we are using the ebooks online, means that the students have to deal with the triggers from other websites, like probably they are disturbed by the website that they want to play something or playing the game from the website, and etc. And the next finding is regarding to the benefits of implementing the ebooks in English language teaching and learning. The benefits provided by using the ebook are quite similar with the benefits of using the ebook in teaching and learning context in all the fields of education. So the use of ebook can enhance the student word learning because it comes with a very interactive features that can give visualization to the students. For example, when they are learning about vocabulary, they can use the pictures or videos or the animation to visualize the vocab. So the vocab, moreover, if the vocab is the abstract word, so they can see the real situation about how to use the words in the communication. And the next benefit is it can enhance the student reading attention and reading rate. It also can accelerate the students' listening comprehension and reading comprehension, as well as it can facilitate the students to have mobile learning, and the learning becomes flexible because they can use the ebooks and at any time and everywhere. Moreover, if the ebook is used offline by the students. And from these findings, it is suggested that the teachers and the lecturers or the educators and the students to use the ebooks in their teaching and learning process in learning English language. And it is also suggested that the teachers develop their own materials by using the ebooks, since it comes with those very beneficial interactive features that can enhance the students' learning experience and the students' reading comprehension as well as the listening comprehension. But there were very limited studies that investigated the use of ebooks in other language skills or English skills like speaking and writing. Probably the absence of the use of the ebooks in investigating the student speaking and writing skill is due to the database that we use, because there are a lot of databases and on the internet, but we decided to use ERIC. So because of that limitation, so we couldn't find any research that investigated the use of ebook to the students' speaking and writing abilities. So So it is very suggested that or recommended that the future researchers can conduct a study or research regarding the use of ebook to enhance the students' speaking and writing. I think that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bu Nurul. Thank you. Very interesting explanation. Sangat menarik sekali penjelasannya, Bu Nurul. Ya.
Thank you.
The next event is a question and answer sesi. Silakan kalau ada yang bertanya dari peserta di sesi sekarang, silakan. No question. Sudah jelas sepertinya. Ini bagus sekali apa namanya pemaparan Ibu Nurul.
Pak Dadang kayaknya.
Ada lagi, Pak Dadang? Oh, siap. Mangga, Mr. Dadang.
Okay, thank you, Has. Bu Nurul. Okay, it's very interesting presentation also about the. Actually, I didn't catch the title you have. What is that? I missed it.
The implementation of ebooks in English language teaching.
Oh, it was an ebook in
English
language teaching.
Yeah.
And then to what level of student did you apply it?
Since it's the literature review studies, so the level of the students are based on the literature or the articles that we got. Yeah. And I've mentioned before, there are the ebooks were implemented to the young learners as well as to the adult learners. But for the young learners, it was limited to the kindergarteners to the first grade of junior high school students. That's it.
Talking about the English actually for our young learners, it's kind of the hard thing to understand, especially for my daughters now. It is kind of English is kind of difficult thing to understand. What do you think, based on your research? This ebook and then another one?
Ebooks, just ebooks.
Just ebook. It is. Is it? Loved by the students, right? I mean, in the kindergarten.
The young learners. What you mean?
Young learners.
Okay.
Young learners.
So
we still have in young learners, right? We are in Rina, you and me, young learners.
Okay. So you know that a lot of studies investigated the use of ebooks to young learners literacy skills. So not only English but also other languages. But when we are dealing with the English language, for sure the use of ebook can be implemented to the young learners, and for sure they will love it, because as I've told you before, the ebook is embedded with the interactive features. Interactive features like animation, videos, pictures, and even games. You can embed the games inside the ebooks, which are very beneficial to improve or to promote the young learners' motivation in learning. And like I've told you before, that when we are dealing with vocabulary learning, for example, English vocabulary learning, that we can use videos or animation or picture to show the real thing or the concrete thing of the vocabulary. Let's say that when you are teaching about vegetables, for example, so the young learners can use the videos available in the ebooks to know, cabbage is this one, or aubergine is this one, or the cauliflower is this one. So they have the visualization, and not only the visualization, you can also have the pronunciation of the vocabulary. So the students are also able to repeat the pronunciation by listening to the recording or pre-recording audios over there. I think that's
okay. One more. Actually, our challenge now is challenge for the book, especially for ebook. Anyway, talking about teaching and learnings, we have to get the in context, right? So in context, what we have in our environment or surroundings like that. But the problem is our book or ebook is always consists of the pictures and everything from overseas country. I mean, a lot of from out of our country. So how to find the book that suitable with our context?
Okay,
Do we have to create it or what do you think?
Okay, so like I've told you before that it is suggested not to use ready-made book. So yeah, it is suggested to develop your own ebook. You can decide any materials that's suitable for your learners or your students. So you can, when you are doing research and development and then you develop your own ebook, means that you are the one who decide what types of materials used in your ebook later on. And you can do the needs analysis, like student needs analysis, and then in the questionnaires you can ask your student what types of topic or what kind of topics of learning that you prefer for your study. And for example, you can ask the question to young learner, is it will you be happy if there is a game in our teaching and learning environment? So if the answer of the students from the needs analysis or yes, means that it's important to include those things in your ebook later on. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
But the point is, sir, the point is because we have our own curriculum, even though we select our own materials, but it must be depends on or related to the curriculum.
Yeah, that's it's our context, right? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Menurut, thank
We've
you.
got to collaborate then, Pak Dadang.
That's right. Yeah, three of us, I think. This is nice thing, though. Subhanallah, ya, Masya Allah. We are in the same boat, right? Thank you very much, Bu Nurul.
Kami persilakan Ibu Fitriani dari Universitas Taman Siswa Palembang.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fitriani. I'm from Faculty of Teacher Training and Education of Universitas Taman Siswa Palembang. In this honorable chance, I would like to present my article entitled Need Analysis in Developing RME-based Digital Teaching Materials of Mathematics for Junior High School. Teaching materials is difficult to present motion. Teaching materials are one of the important elements in learning. There are two types of teaching materials, namely printed and digital teaching materials. However, printed teaching material is difficult to present motion picture and the cost of printing is relatively expensive. Moreover, the forest which is currently lost its trees for making paper, so we have to reduce paper usage. On the other hand, the survey results showed that more than 90% of students prefer teachers who use creative media. Technology that synergizes with teaching materials can be an intellectual partner for students. Furthermore, digital teaching materials have many advantages, including flexible, interesting, and less boring, so that students are motivated to learn. Next, there are many learning approaches. One of them is realistic mathematics education. This approach that is in line with the 2013 curriculum And then the curve face three-dimensional shapes is one of the contextual material. So this topic is very suitable if delivered through RME approach, because learning by RME starts from real things. So based on that background, this study tries to find out whether digital teaching materials based on the RME approach on curve face three-dimensional shapes materials need to be developed. Okay, now we move to the next part, method of the research. This article is the part of research and development, so the research stage is only limited to the need analysis stage. The respondents in this study are 30 and the respondent in this study are 32 students and 5 mathematics teacher of junior high school in Palembang. The data were collected by using questionnaire. In addition, researcher also made the observation and conducted interview. Now let's discuss about the result. Teacher's questionnaire consists of 6 yes or no questions. After collecting and analyzing the data, this is the result of teacher questionnaire. From the table, we know that the teacher have indeed used several references in teaching. Based on the teacher answer, they have compiled teaching materials according to main competencies and basic competencies. They also look for references via the internet. However, almost all teachers do not apply RME in teaching. And then teachers require and agree to develop teaching material based on realistic mathematics education. Okay, next questionnaire for student consists of 9 yes or no questions. The result of students and the result of student questionnaire are shown in this slide. The result of questionnaire indicate that students realize the importance of digital teaching materials in learning. In addition, researcher also made the observation of teachers' teaching materials and conducted interview. After conducting a deeper analysis from observation and interview, it is known that the learning media used so far are printed teaching materials. And then for making the design of printed teaching materials, sometimes there are no cover and others deficiencies. Next, conclusion. Based on the need analysis, it can be concluded that it is necessary to develop RME-based digital teaching material. Moreover, during pandemic situation like now, the government is implementing distance learning to reduce the spread of the virus. Digital teaching material can help learning to be more efficient and effective because it can be accepted by students without having to be face-to-face IT. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening and thank you for your kind attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya, terima kasih Ibu Fitriani, ini presentasi yang menarik untuk kita penelitiannya ya. Selanjutnya mungkin barangkali dari peserta lainnya ada yang mau ditanyakan, silakan untuk yang sudah disampaikan oleh Bu Fitriani. Ada mungkin yang ditanyakan?
Biar
I hope
rame.
there is no question.
Biar rame nanya ya Bu ya.
Oke.
Yes, one question maybe.
Sangat bagus Bu presentasinya, mungkin jadi sangat jelas. Tidak ada yang bertanya ini ya.
Actually, I hope no question.
Ada.
It's simple question, not
Yeah.
about Research.
Silakan.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Lilis.
Okay, nice presentation, Miss Fitriani. I just want to ask you maybe your experiment or experience from your research. I think there are so many difficulties of your research because maybe it's about digital teaching materials of mathematics. So I just want to you, maybe you can share or explain your experience about your research use RME-based digital teaching materials of mathematics. Maybe the difficulties that you won in your research.
Okay. Before
Langsung aja, Bu. Silakan, Bu.
Yeah. So this research in my article is a part of research and development. So the aims of study is making product like a module. So I think the difficulties when we must developing the e-modules is using technology, because because I as a researcher is not it's not understand about technology maybe, yeah.
Okay, because there was junior high school, is it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
And then little bit I want to explain about in this a model about three-dimensional. So and RME, you know that realistic mathematics education is approach about contextual. So you must make a theory about mathematics in real life. Is it difficult?
Yes, of course. We make everything by real, maybe with RME.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Fitriani.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ya, terima kasih Bu Lis ya pertanyaannya ini dan ya. Ya, silakan selanjutnya Pak.
Oke,
dari Pak Riyadi ada pertanyaan nih, kebetulan ini Pak Riyadi program studi matematika ini, jangan.
Iya.
Penelitiannya
matematika
juga ini. Silakan Pak Riyadi.
Okay, thank you.
Wah, ini salah ini.
Thank you, Miss Fitriani. Nice presentation about the three-dimensional shapes, yeah. And my experience in teach about the three-dimensional shapes, I find the difficulties about to transfer the knowledge because the real material is three-dimensional. But if we explain in the practical class, we use the media like whiteboard or like use the slide. Which I still describe the three-dimensional set in two-dimensional shape. So the student still confused to understand the material. How about your opinion, Ms. Fitriani?
Yeah. Well, maybe I use Indonesian language.
Okay.
Oke. Ya. Jadi Pak, di dalam penelitian sini kan adalah bagian dari penelitian yang lebih besar lagi, yaitu adalah menciptakan produk e-modul. Jadi di dalam e-modul yang saya bikin itu ada videonya Pak. Jadi itu salah satu cara ketika kita kesulitan mentransfer konsep mengenai 3 dimensi. Nah, kan seperti Bapak tadi bilang, kesulitan pasti ketika menjelaskan pakai 2 dimensi gitu kan. Nah, jadi salah satu cara saya untuk biar siswa itu paham tentang 3 dimensinya dan berkaitan dengan RME-nya, maka saya bikinkan video Pak. Jadi salah satu e-modul saya itu ketika mereka klik itu nanti akan ada video. Jadi saya bikin video dari benda-benda yang ada di sekitar mereka. Contohnya misalkan tabung, maka tabung kita buka. Jadi dipraktekkan. Jadi siswa lebih paham mungkin dengan 3 dimensinya itu, Pak. Jadi, maka kita memanfaatkan teknologinya. Jadi saya bikin e-modulnya seperti itu, dan itu bisa, dan juga saya linkkan pada YouTube saya. Jadi ada akun YouTube, kemudian videonya itu di-upload di akun YouTube. Seperti itu mungkin salah satu mengatasi agar siswa memahami tentang yang 3 dimensinya gitu.
Oke, thank you, Ms. good idea.
Ya, terima kasih ini ya atas presentasi, dan mungkin pertanyaan setelah jawaban dari presenter sudah sangat jelas mungkin ya, dan kebetulan juga waktunya sudah cukup ya. Kita berikan aplaus untuk Bu Fitriani sama-sama ya. Terima kasih Ibu.
Sama-sama Pak.
Ya. Selanjutnya